Good afternoon. I hope you all have had a wonderful day. It's kind of a rainy day where I am, and it's a great day to read a book. So I'm going to start today with Martha, the Movie Mouse. Now, there's something very interesting about this book. Martha, the Movie Mouse. Guess who it's written by? I'd never seen this book, and I just found it in a thrift shop of all places, a great place to buy books that cost a lot of money. It's by Arnold Lobel, the writer of Frog and Toad. I know you know about Frog and Toad. And Frog and Toad, of course, are great friends. And if you notice in some of these stories, you might see a little mouse. Well, I wonder if it might be Martha, the Movie Mouse. So let's begin with the story, and I'm going to sit where you can see the pictures really well, because these pictures, just like all his others of Frog and Toad, are wonderful. Now, you know, he not only drew the pictures, but he also wrote the book. He wrote the story. Now, if you look carefully, you're going to see there's going to be a junk pile here, and if you look carefully, there is Martha. In a dirty part of town, Martha watched the rain come down. "What I need, and right away," said Martha, "is a place to stay. My luck's been bad, but I would give my whiskers for a place to live." So we're going to be rhyming. This book is going to be trying to rhyme as we see, okay? I've stayed in houses, Martha said, and it's a wonder I'm not dead. I found behind each kitchen door a waiting mousetrap on the floor. And hidden in those people's places popped guns at me in battle chases. Cried Martha, "I am in despair. I can't find friendship anywhere." Martha wandered every street. She had no home, just tired feet. The driving rain changed into snow, and as colder winds began to blow. But then, against the icy night, she saw a very pleasant sight. Look what she sees. A movie theater. A very pleasant sight. "A movie theater, lights aglow," said Martha. "Here, for all I know, is just the place I'm looking for. I'll go right in, and I'll explore." So here she's exploring. If you look carefully, there she is down there, and this is the lady that's selling tickets. Martha quickly ran inside, and there she opened both eyes wide. Underneath a chandelier, the lobby gleamed with warmth and cheer. A candy counter stood nearby, piled with goodies bright and high, Cracker Jacks and chocolate bars, nuts and bubble gum cigars. And then, what does she see? Behind a large soft drink machine, Martha fell asleep, serene. It's hard to be homeless, especially out when the weather is snowing outside, and rain and snow. It would be terrible. Here she is now. The next day, after sleeping late, said Martha, "I'll investigate this building, for it really seems I've found the mouse place of my dreams." She climbed some stairs and met a man. "Hello," he said, "my name is Dan." "Hello," said Martha, "you seem nice." "I am," said Dan. "I'm fond of mice. I work alone, as you can see. Please stay and keep me company." Well, boy, that's really lucky, isn't it? "Each day I come to do my job. I push the plug and turn the knob to start this large and fine machine that flickers pictures on a screen. The film goes in and round about, and movies are projected out." Then Martha said, "I do regret. I've never seen a movie yet." Martha jumped up on a chair. She found a peephole, small and square, through which she saw, to her surprise, a dark room of enormous size where people sat row after row and watched the motion picture show. While outside there was snow and sleet, inside the theater life was sweet. For Martha watched with great delight a double feature every night. She dined 3 times a day or more on popcorn that she found on the floor. Her heart was gay, she cried with bliss. No mouse has ever lived like this. In wonder, Martha watched the screen. She saw things she had never seen. Indians with painted faces fought cowboys in great desert spaces. And pirates sailed through crashing waves to islands filled with treasure caves. Policemen chased big gangster cars. And guess what else she saw? Strange monsters who had come from the planet Mars. One evening, Martha sat entranced and watched some girls who'd sing and danced. The music had a jazzy beat, so Martha tapped her little feet. She listened to the catchy song and then began to sing along. Although her tone was mousy thin, she raised her voice and she joined right in. Can you see her right there? She's singing with the women in the movie. But Martha's joy did not last long. Guess what's going to happen? What do you think's going to happen? Look at all the women screaming. Martha's joy did not last long, for sadly something went quite wrong. A lady, hearing Martha squeak, jumped up and loudly shouted, "Eek!" Then great commotion filled the hall, and Martha knew she'd caused it all. "Help, help, a mouse!" more ladies cried as Martha ran out, terrified. Here she is. It seems, said Martha very clear, these people do not want me here. Though Dan tried hard to make her stay, she shook her head and went away. Dan said, "I hate to see you go. We'll always be good friends, you know." That evening, while they ate and drank, they heard a noise, a crash, a clank. Dan turned. "My film projector slipped a gear. It's caused a very bad short circuit. The thing is broken. I can't work it. There's only one thing I can do. I'll start projector number 2. "But that," said Dan with great dismay, "will cause a very long delay. When people see the screen is black, they all will want their money back." Dan trembled, then he mopped his brow, but Martha said, "I'll help you now. Just light the stage with spotlights, Dan, and I will carry out my plan." She rushed downstairs into the room where all the people sat in gloom. They grumbled, "We would like to know what happened to the picture show." As Martha jumped across the stage, a gentleman cried out in rage, "We thought this was a movie house. We did not come to see a mouse." Here she is on the stage. Martha stood high on her toes. She twirled her tail and twitched her nose. She took a breath and with a smile began to dance with grace and style. Remembering the things she'd seen not long ago upon the screen, she danced the can-can and the tango, the tarantella and the fandango. Martha pranced a gay gavotte, then slid into a slow foxtrot. She waltzed with many spins and swirls, just like those pretty movie girls. The audience could not resist as Martha danced a lively twist, and when she did the bunny hop, they cried, "Bravo, bravo, please do not stop." There she is again. You see her doing all those different kind of dances. And they love it. They didn't know what they were missing. Look at the faces of the people when they can see her up there on the podium. But Martha twirled her tail again. She sat down on the stage and then, quite softly with a voice appealing, began to sing with heart and feeling. She sang a very long lament of garbage dumps and coal cement. She sang about her sad life past, of alley cats she ran from fast. She sang of mousetraps tightly set and city streets all dark and wet. She sang the blues, a haunting tune, so beautiful that very soon the people were all moved to tears. They clapped their hands and shouted cheers. That theater rocked with celebration as Martha bowed to their ovation. "I love you, Martha," Dan said later. You're super. There is no one greater. From now, here is a rose, for me, here is a rose bouquet. Your songs and dances saved the day. Said Martha, it was all for you. I knew somehow I would muddle through. And look now what's happening. Amazing mouse, the headlines read. All over town, the news was spread. Look there. In person on stage, Martha. See her name up on stage. By bus and train from near and far, they came to see the famous star, and Martha's name in flashing lights brightened up the darkest nights. Though Martha did enjoy her fame, her greatest pleasure always came while watching movies in her seat with lots of popcorn there to eat. She sipped a lemon Coke with ice and was the happiest of mice. And I love that. That's an unusual friendship between two people that you wouldn't think would be friends. A mouse and a man, of all people. The only two people that might be different would be a mouse and a cat. But I bet we even can have a story of friends like that. Now I'm going to read another book about friends because most of you know I love books about friends. And this is a brand new one I just discovered. It's called I'm Sticking With You. Now look at these friends that you would not think would be friends. This is a squirrel and a bear, of all things. A squirrel and a bear. This book was written by somebody whose name I'm not sure I can pronounce. Simriti Prasadam Halls. And it's illustrated by Steve Small. Okay, so listen to I'm Sticking With You. What a fun book this is. Have you ever had a friend that bugged you, kind of? I'm sure you have. So you'll probably love this book. Here's Bear, and that's Squirrel. Wherever you're going, I'm going too. Whatever you're doing, I'm sticking with you. Whenever you're grumpy or silly or mad, through good times, you can imagine what else, and bad times, happy or sad. Whatever you're thinking, I'm all ears. I'm ready to listen to all your ideas. That is a true friend if you can listen and listen to somebody when they're talking. Ready to be there to help you along, even if sometimes it goes a bit wrong. He's flying up in the air in this picture. Whatever you're doing, that is the plan. You may think I can't, but I bet you can, because I will try things that I never would do. Never, that is, until you showed me to. Like peas in a pod, you and I fit. Like strawberries and cream, we are a hit. Whatever the game, I'm at your side. No mountain too tall, no river too wide. We sit by the cliff top, we sit by the lake, we sit by the ice cap, I eat all the cake. We, actually Bear, I think I need to be on my own if you don't mind. It's getting a bit crowded in here. There's barely any room. Look at how little squashed up room Squirrel has. So they're in a cave and Bear is eating all the cake. And there is Squirrel. Really? Are you sure? Oh, okay then. Look at the bear going off. Can you see him going off right there? He's blue. And here is Squirrel. And look, I think because it's so dark, it's making you think it's very sad. It makes me feel sad. And now here's Squirrel talking. Ah, that feels better. Each thing in its place. All neat and tidy. There's so much more space. I can do what I fancy whenever I wish. Nothing's a squash and nothing's a squish. It's such a nice change to do things alone, whatever I want to, all on my own. I've got all I need. I don't have to share. Everything's perfect except I miss Bear. He's drinking his coffee by himself. Actually, hey, Bear, 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 come back, back. Who am I kidding? Where would I even be without you? Who else would listen? What would I do? Who helps me be the best I can be? Who shares their very last chocolate with me? Me without you, it just doesn't work. Me without you, I'd just go berserk. So like it or lump it, you're stuck with me. For better or worse, that's the way it should be. Whether we lose or whether we win, we'll be there together through thick and through thin. We'll pick up the pieces. We'll patch up the hole. We'll mend what needs fixing because that's how we roll. When we're unstuck, we won't fall apart. How could we ever? We're joined at the heart. We'll fit back together like bugs in a rug, like jam in a donut, like arms in a hug. So, wherever you're going, I'm going too. Whatever you're doing, I'm sticking like glue. And whether you like it or love it or not, we are a team. And I love you a lot. You know why I think this is such a good story? Because I think sometimes you can be with friends so much that you get on each other's nerves. And also brothers and sisters and little brothers and little sisters can get on your nerves. But then when they're gone, isn't the house kind of dull and quiet? Like, it's that way for me. Because when I have all 8 of my grandchildren at my house, it is wild and crazy, and we have so much fun. And then I'm tired, and I think, I'm just going to take a little rest when they go home. But the house is so quiet and so miserable, and I'm missing all the fun. And that's what happens. You have to give a little with friends, don't you? I love this story. I'm sticking with you. Wherever you're going, I'm going too. Whatever you're doing, I'm sticking with you. And I'm sticking with you. I hope you'll stick with me. And I will be back to read again soon. I have got a chapter book I'm going to read. And I'm also going to read, I'll give you a little teaser on this. I'm going to be reading the funny book by Roald Dahl called The Magic Finger. All right, that's a quick one. We'll read that in one time. Okay, I hope you have a great evening, and I will see you soon. I love you all.